Hello again, everybody. Since I'm off today, I figured I'd just go ahead and do another video and show you something that I've been playing with. But first, wanted to mention a couple of sites that you might want to check out, or a couple of channels. The first one I just discovered this morning. It is Velocity Vet 1. And I'll put the link down in the description, and she is doing a tutorial series on doing basically multimedia type art, and it's something that I have really wanted to get into. I dabble a little bit in altered canvases, but the stuff that, or the mixed media, not multimedia, mixed media art, but it's always intimidated me. And she's doing every Monday a video on a different piece, and I actually came across it. I think it was, you know, one of those recommended because you watch this type thing that YouTube started doing. So I found her this morning and have started watching those videos. And if mixed media intimidates you, you definitely want to check her out. And then another one that I've been watching for a little while, she doesn't do tutorials yet. I'm hoping she will soon. But she does phenomenal pieces of art, making furniture and things with corrugated cardboard. And her channel is Creative Channel 7. Again, I'll put the link below. But if you want to see something really different and just incredibly beautiful pieces of work, definitely check her out. She did do a mini album recently that I thought was fantastic because it had so many different, you know, mechanics to it. So I did request that, you know, ask if she would do a tutorial on it. Hopefully she will. I hope so. Please, please, please. But do check her out if you want to see something different. Super talented. And on the mixed media, check out Velocity Vet 1 if you want some insight on that. But I've been playing with resins lately, molds and resins, and just wanted to share with you a couple things that I've learned. I'm not doing a tutorial. If you want one, you know, fine, I'll put it on my little list of ones that I want to do. But I also know that Velocity City Vet 1 will be doing a tutorial on this in the near future. So she may very well get to it before I do. So keep an eye out on that from her channel also. But I've been making some molds. I purchased some molds. Purchased some resin to make my own stuff, and I've been playing, and I just wanted to share a little bit of what I've been learning. They're by no means perfect so far, but I am having a lot of fun with it, and it is a learning process. So the mold that I use, and I have used it before, is the Amazing Mold Putty. It is two-part, but it is very easy to work with, and it sets up pretty quickly. And you know me, I have no patience. I don't want to have to wait for things. So when I can find something that works quickly with results, then I'm all over it. And then there's all kinds of resins out there. And I had used clear resins before, but for doing embellishments, I really didn't want to use a clear resin. So I asked Lily Lineca, hi Lily, what she used, because I know she was getting the white resins, and she introduced me. I didn't know that the same company made it, but Amazing Casting Resin, and it is a two-part, and it dries fast, and it dries white. So I'm really liking that. This is just a very small sampling of what I've been doing so far. So any of these yellow molds are ones that I made, you know, from pieces of jewelry or little things that I had. I don't want to use anything contemporary, you know, anything that's out on the market now. I really don't want to use that stuff because I don't want to infringe on anybody. If I like something, I'm going to go out and buy it. So Yellow ones are from pieces that I've had, you know, either from junk jewelry or yard sales, estate sales, what have you. So this is one from a purchased mold, and I like the white, but when you're looking at it just white, well, this one on the camera, it looks like you can see the detail. So I decided I wanted to play around with coloring some also. I tried acrylic paint. I don't know if I put too much paint in. It was 3 drops for maybe a teaspoon of the resin. But it got foamy. And it hardened up too quick. I don't know if it got foamy because I was stirring it so much to try to get it mixed in. But this is what I end up not being able to use. So I ended up wasting it. Unfortunately, I had only used a little bit. But you know what? I might have to keep that and use it in some ink and maybe create a texture out of it. Texture pattern. And then these are a couple pieces where you can see, well, maybe you can see, it's not smooth. There's a lot of air bubbles in it, and I just wasn't happy with it. I hear acrylic paint works. I'm hoping I can make it work because there's so much variety to it. I then tried some dye re-inkers. Just a couple drops. I had a purple one. This again is a mold that I made. Yeah, with a piece of jewelry that I have. I don't have the plain white one here, but I used the re-inker, and I'm just not quite happy with the finish. I mean, even though there's some glossy spots on there, there's just something flat and dull about it. So I pursued some more, and I think it was Roseanne, Roxy Car 11. Now, she told me about the mica powders, and I'll get to that. But somebody had mentioned eyeshadow, so I went to the dollar store, got a little pack of eyeshadow, used a plastic spoon to scrape some off into the resin, and I really, really like the results of that. This was a purchased mold. This is it with no coloring added to it. And I hope that's focusing in. And then I added just a little bit of the ivory eyeshadow. And there is definitely a difference. To me, you can see the detail better. This is the white one here, and this is the one with the eyeshadow. And that was just a tiny little scraped bit that I put in there. And I think, let's see. Okay, so I think that's the only one that I have here with the eyeshadow that I was happy with the result. Then I decided I wanted to make two-tone. You know how regular cameos are, where they'll have the one color for the main design, and then they'll have a background color. So it was actually a two-step pour process. So some of these I'm pretty happy with. This was a purchased mold, and that was pouring the resin in by itself into the design part, and I let it set up, and then I mixed some more with a little bit of blue eyeshadow and pour it again and let it set. So that gave me a two-tone. These are the same mold. This was the first attempt, and this is when I realized, okay, maybe you need to be a little bit more precise with pouring the front part, the non-colored part. So then I used a plastic spoon when I put it in, and that came out much better. And then, let's see, here's another one where I did the two-part, or the two-color. So I'm having a lot of fun with these. Okay, this is with I think a little bit of the ivory eyeshadow. Really like that. That was a purchased mold. This is just the plain white, no color. This was a purchased mold also. And I have some Martha Stewart molds, but most of the purchased ones were from eBay. These two are from molds that I made from pieces that I had. This one I definitely want to get some color into. I really like that. And then an old key. Well, an old broken key. But I liked how ornate it was. So the resin really picks up the detail well. And something else, you know, with making your own molds using the Amazing Mold Putty, you don't want to skimp on it. I tend to be a little tight when it comes to, you know, using craft supplies and stuff. But sometimes I have found that they were too thin, you know, or I didn't have enough pore space. So that's a mold that I made, and it did end up having a couple holes in the bottom. So I put some, let's see, I actually rubbed some caulk on the back of it to keep any of the resin from leaking out, and that did work, but I think I want to have a more solid surface on the back, and I think I want it a little bit deeper. So then, back to Roseanne, Roxy Car 11. She mentioned brushing the inside of your mold with mica powders. I used some Pearl X and poured the resin in after I brushed it in. Yeah, I blew out, made sure there weren't any clumps or excess, and it's colored on the top. So I really like that. I definitely will be doing more of the mica powders. But I really want to do the acrylic paint too, because one, eyeshadow only comes in so many colors. But the acrylic paint, if I can get it to work, you know, I don't necessarily want a sparkly, you know, glittery type finish on most of my resin pieces. So I'm hoping I can get the acrylic paints to work. And maybe Velocity City Vet will have some information about that when she does her tutorial. So again, keep an eye out for her tutorial on this. You know, if you want me to do one, I will, but like I said, she will probably get to it before I do. So I just wanted to share a little bit of what I've been doing and learning in this process, and hope that gives some information to you that you might have wanted. And I guess that's it for now. I will talk to y'all soon. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.